I just wanted to wish everybody a great day. It's Wednesday, and I know we're in a million different time zones, so wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And I'm just got in from walking the pups and feeding them. They're watching TV right now. They just finished watching Leave It to Beaver, and now they're watching Perry Mason. So me TV. It's got all kinds of vintage TV shows from my youth. Yeah, there really was TV when I was young. So just uh, so that's going on. Getting ready to do a band Zoom with Jim Lauderdale and Buddy Miller for their Sirius XM channel with the band, with the immediate family. So we're all going to be sitting here yakking for the next hour. And then after that, I've got to head into Hollywood because there's a new TV station that's being developed, and they asked me to come on and be a guest. So I'm going to head into Hollywood and do that, and like that. So, but today, I think yesterday I said maybe I'll do some John Case, from Steppenwolf, and then I once again got distracted. One of the things that I always find interesting for me about my career is the different kinds of artists I end up working with. And I got a call, this has been a number of years back now, from an artist. It was actually through somebody else that asked me if I could do this project for a guy named Tony Gala. And of course I said yes. I say yes to pretty much everything because you never know what you're going to get into. So I knew that Stevie D was going to be playing drums on this. Stevie Stanislaus, who plays with David. He was been out with David Crosby for years, and he played with David Gilmour. I mean, the guy's a monstrously great drummer. And but we cranked this album out. I think we cranked it out in a day for Tony, and it was just one of these things, just like a song after song. But I wanted to check him out, and see what's going on. So I Googled him up, and I was really fascinated by this because his bread and butter work, for the most part, from what I then understood, was he would do like Italian light opera, kind of Sinatra stuff, and all this. So I Googled it up. So this is Tony. Let me get my thing over here. This is Tony Gala. So this is what I was kind of anticipating when we hit the studio, and this is great.
Having a good time. That's right. Was that Tony fella? Is it Tony? Hello. Are you going to dance tonight? All right. Let's keep you on the dance floor. 2, 3. This is called the Pyramid. He's going to sing. Let's have a ball tonight. Come and fly with me. Let's fly away. If you could use some exotic blues, there's a bar in Far Bay. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. Come fly with me. Let's float down to Peru. Down on a land, there's a one-man band, and music is blue. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly the way we started.
So that was kind of my expectation on a certain extent, and there's a bunch of videos. He does a bunch of stuff like that. It's really, really good, man. For that seriously legit style of singing, he's as good as it gets out there. He's really, really a strong entertainer. So when we got in the studio, my head got completely turned around. Now he's a really good guitarist, really good songwriter. And so this is one of the tracks from the album that we did. I think the album's called ASAP, but if you Google up, go on YouTube and pull up Tony Gala, you will find some of these tracks. And it was a really delightful, man. It was one of the better days in the studio with this guy. He's really good. So here we go. Just like one take of every song that we did.
I grew up in a west side flat. Mama worked hard just to keep clothes on our back. Well, she would sing to us those gospel hymns, but every now and then the blues would slip right in. Oh, the blues would slip right in.
That's the same guy that was just singing Sinatra.
Yeah, the blues would slip right in. When she would sing, the blues would slip right in. We didn't have much living in a welfare state. Always $1 short and a day late. I can't remember ever being underfed, 'cause Mama would work miracles with what we had. Still the blues would slip right in. Oh, the blues would slip right in. She would work miracles, but the blues would slip right in. She used to drive us to sing for all the folks. They'd give us money just to hear us sing down home. When we sang harmony, she would always grin, but every now and then the blues would slip right in. Oh, the blues would slip right in. Yeah, the blues would slip right in. When she would grin, the blues would slip right in. All right, so listen to me, baby.
Badass guitar player.
Oh, I've tried to sing legit like Pavarotti.
You can do it, babe.
I've even tried it in 3-part harmony. But every time I do, you know I just can't win.
What?
'Cause when I start to sing, the blues just slips right in. Oh, the blues just slips right in. Yeah, the blues just slips right in. I just can't win, 'cause the blues just slips right in. Well, all right now.
So that was, coming from. Oops, hold
We
on.
know you've got your
Coming, oops, here's the hot rod. Coming from that kind of, Sinatra big band and stuff, and then suddenly we're doing, and he's got all the songs were great. He's really a good songwriter and plays his F and just sings. I mean, it was just one of those pleasant experiences where you just never know what you're going to walk in the door to. And that's the thing I've loved the most about my gig is I just most of the time have no clue what I'm heading into when I walk into the studio. Same thing yesterday when I was working with Larry King, the not that Larry King, but it was these guys, man. They had a couple of great songs, and they had myself and Vinny Cayuta putting bass and drums on a couple of tracks for them, and stuff kicked butt. It was really really good. So I'm hoping they'll something will come of it, and then we can actually go in and we're talking about doing a whole album. So we'll see what happens with that. And but other than that, that was kind of the fun part of the day. And I didn't want to start with this, but it has to be addressed. Is the passing of Eddie Van Halen? Yeah, I never had a chance to play with Eddie. I've met Eddie, many times, and I've got it. He's in my finger book. And I think Wolfie might even be in there too, because I was there, and I know Michael Anthony, I'm sure is in it. Michael and I are friends, and but it was just I knew he had been dealing with cancer, but it's just still when it happens, you're just kind of in a state of shock. It's been a rough 2 weeks, and then also yesterday Johnny Nash passed away. Who did the song "I Can See Clearly Now," and a bunch of great songs. This guy had just one of those beautiful voices. He was a great singer. So it's been a really rough week losing, Mac Davis, Helen Reddy, these guys, Rocco. It's just heartbreaking. They're some of the most important people in our music community, and losing them, they have a tremendous legacy that we'll be able to enjoy for, not we, but people will enjoy for decades to come. But Eddie always had that feeling about him of just, man, vitality. I know he had serious ups and downs in his life, but people have serious ups and downs in their lives. But a lot of his were visible because of who he was. But man, the guy defined rock and roll guitar playing in a unique way, and I treasure that. I've listened to everything the guy's played on, and he's just one of those guys. I remember one year at NAMM, almost every booth that was a guitar booth, people were playing Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen stuff. I mean, it was cacophony because they hadn't gotten in the DB police yet or anything like that, so everybody was cranked up to 11. And but everybody was trying to be like him in the same way, like when Jocko hit the scene, so many bass players were suddenly trying to play like Jocko. And that would always piss me off. I would just kind of go, can't you sit back for a minute and just dig a genius? Jocko already did it. He was Jocko. I mean, I can appreciate, wanting to maybe pick up a few morsels of what this guy dropped. But man, it's like nobody, the minute he hit, everybody suddenly was like trying to be him. And dudes, he's already him. He was still here. So man, my heart's out to Eddie's family, and my heart's out to the music community. It's a huge loss, and the Johnny Nash family too. It's a huge loss. Johnny was older. I think Johnny was about 80. So getting into that area, but it's just weird every time. Every time I open up Facebook, God, it's almost like the obituary column in the newspaper. All I see is either people's pets have passed or a relative or spouse or friend has passed. And it's really heartbreaking. There's a lot of loss going on. So So that's it. I'm gonna get ready right now. I gotta kind of gear up for my Zoom and try to figure out what I'm going to say in that might make any sense. Nah, I'm not going to bother. None of it does anyhow. So I just want to wish you all a great day. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow I'll slip something in. This is just, I'm kind of doing this because I don't really have time to hunker down with a song and learn it and all that. I really want to do. John Kay did a really nice version of "Drift Away," the Mentor Williams song, and maybe I'll grab that. But tomorrow we start Kate Taylor's album, and that'll be through Saturday. So tomorrow will be me and Russ Kunkel and Jeff Allen Ross arranging and on keys, and I think tomorrow might be Danny Korchmar on guitar, and Friday will be Waddy Wachtel on guitar, and then Saturday will be Albert Lee on guitar. So it'll be fun to change these up with Kate. And it's kind of, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the first album we did with Kate called Sister Kate, which we cut right after James hit it. The family was all musical. So then Livingston hit the scene, and Kate, and the sad one was Alex was kind of the precursor to James, but he was like a big burly blues guy, like bar blues, and he passed away in the very early days of James. And I think James always said Hugh, his other brother, was actually really a good singer, but had no interest in it. So I think he was a fisherman, and that was it. So take good care. As today, as every day, thank you so much for all of the responders that are out working. God knows the people in the hospitals are just working so hard because the numbers just keep going up and down, spiking, and the minute they sort of open anything up, people become completely irresponsible, and then the numbers go back up. And if this is ever going to end, people are going to have to take charge of their own lives and do the right thing, because this is really just insane. So we'll see, but thank you to everybody who is involved in any kind of services that puts them in contact with the public, especially. You're very heroic, and thank you so much. So I'll see everybody tomorrow, and I'll figure out what to do then. But until then, have a great day. That's all I can wish you. Bye-bye.